Rouge. So I think that Priest got the most benefit, but was so far behind before that it's still not caught up. Um, and Rogue was already great, and then got like the second or third most. No, Grand Tournament. Nothing rotated out. Grand Tournament's still around for a few months. Yeah, March or April. Yeah. Rogue Jade Shuriken, 2 mana, 2 damage combo. Summon a Jade Golem. Great. Great. Yeah, Pirate Warrior is also a huge one. Warrior was fine and is now like one of the decks. Um, but Rogue was like kind of fringy and now is like two of the top five decks, you know. Jade Shuriken, yeah, it's great. And the Jade Golem theme is super strong in Rogue. Super strong. Jade Swarmer. Stealth 1/1 for 2, Death Rattle, summon a Jade Golem. This is the glue that makes the Jade Golem deck work. And I'll tell you why. First of all, it's a 2 mana thing that makes a Jade Golem. So you gotta start the ball rolling. And secondly, it automatically, since it's very likely to survive, since it has stealth, it gives you a perfect curve into your Unearthed Raptors for even more Jade Golems. And since it's a Death Rattle trigger, you can do stuff with that. Plus, there's the thing that Battlecry put a 1/1, put a copy, a 1/1 for 1 copy of a friendly minion into your hand. Perfect for this thing, because it's sticking around, and then the next one will also have stealth. Just... it does it all. It slices, it dices. Offense, defense, special teams. Control Warrior has a hard time with Jade Golem decks now. Yeah, Warrior, it went from like mostly control and some like weird mid-range thing to like all pirate aggro Warrior. Shadow Rager. It's a Magma Rager with stealth. I have nothing to say about this besides LOL. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if there's like some popper format you can play it. It's probably fine in Arena. Doubt it'll be constructible. Counterfeit coin. Just a coin. Yeah. I mean, Miracle will definitely play this, and it will be very good. I don't know that you want to play 2 in every rogue deck, but like the Jade Golem deck can maybe play 1, and the Miracle deck, like especially if you're like Violet Teacher Miracle, which I think is the right way to do it, then this is like very, very good. There's not really much to say about it besides that Lotus Petal is great. Shadow Ranger flavor text is "We went there." I love it. I love it. Yeah, this is definitely like a wink from the developers. Even before reading the flavor text, I knew that I could feel them winking at me through this card. Arcane Giant loves it too. True, but I'm not sure Arcane Giant has a lot of rogue homes right now. But that is true. Gadgetzan Ferryman, 2 mana, 2/3 combo. Return a friendly minion to your hand. Kind of bad. Like Youthful Brewmaster is likely better. The fact that you can play this while you have a minion in play without necessarily bouncing it is good. But I don't know. I would need some convincing to play this card. Shadow Sensei. Big fucking grasshopper thing with a big old blade. 4 mana, 4/4. Battlecry, give a stealth to minion +2/+2. So this is, you know, for this type of card, rather than for things like cloaked Gadgetzans, you know. But these types, this stealth sub-theme is exactly why we saw that weird 5 mana 4/6 that snipes stealth. You know what I mean? Because what if there's an insane stealth deck that curves stealths into this thing? Because there's some good stealths, like Worgen Infiltrator. There's the 2/2 for 3 that grows every turn. I don't know if that's still in standard, but there's some good stealths already. And then they put some in this set, and then stealth enablers like this. It's good that they have the release valve. Lotus Assassin. 5 mana, 5/5. Stealth. See? Whenever this attacks and kills a minion, gains stealth. Wow, I like that card. Wow, I like that card. Both from a gameplay perspective and a flavor perspective, this card is excellent. Whether it is playable, I'm not so sure. Because Rogue is pretty... It's either Jade Golem Rogue, which doesn't have room for this, Miracle Rogue doesn't have room for this, or like Face Aggro Rogue, which doesn't have room for this. So unless there's some weird mid-range Rogue deck, I don't think this has a home, even though it's very, very good. My goal is to somehow get this into play as a priest. That's my goal. Lucky Do Buccaneer. A 6 mana 5/5 pirate. Battlecry. If your weapon has at least 3 attack, gain +4/+4. Well, I'm not interested in a 5/5 for 6, pirate or otherwise. I'm not really sure I'm up for a 9/9 pirate either. Maybe? Arcanoi with the sub. Oh my god, Catbug is behind the sign. I need to fix that. Control down. There we go. 22 months in a row. Thank you, my friend. How are you doing tonight? People who play Tiger and this is strictly better in Rogue. But people aren't playing Tiger. Like, sometimes Beast Hunter, mid-range Beast Hunter wants to play one Tiger. Like, Rogue doesn't need this type of card. Like, are you going to play this over Azure Drake in your Miracle deck? No. Lucky Do, Buccaneer, Dark Ritual, it's a little better than that. Because you can preempt it, right? You have your Blade, you go Deadly Poison it, kill your 3/3. Then on turn 5 or whatever, and then you sit however many turns you need to. If it's turn 5, just the next turn. Then you play a 9/9 and you get another attack with your 3 power thing, right? That's the idea. That's the ideal situation. The problem is that it's like kind of a lot to ask for and a lot of maneuvering and setting up for just a big idiot that can pretty easily be killed. Plus, the fail case is really bad. Like, if this was a 6/6 that became a 9/9, then maybe we could talk. But the fail case being a 5/5 for 6 is so embarrassingly bad that I would be afraid to put this in my deck. Shaku, the Collector. 2/3 for 3. Stealth. See? A theme. Whenever this attacks, add a random card to your hand from your opponent's class. So there are some people that play like a semi-casual, like tier 3 Fringe deck that's just Burgle based, and this card's obviously great there. This thing is interesting to me because it is reminiscent of, it's really snowbally, right? It reminds me of Ophidian in Magic, really, but also of, God, what's the card called? It's a 2/2 for 2 that when you attack them, you get... You want a foot cam? I don't know what tokens are, but... I don't know if you want a foot cam. I got... I'm not flexible enough. Foot! These jeans are too tight and I'm not flexible enough. Peddler. The Peddler. Where, like, it can snowball really hard, right? Like the first hit is value, and then the second hit, or the first hit is like break even, and the second hit is value, and the third hit is game over. This card's a lot like that, except the first hit is almost guaranteed because it has stealth. I say almost guaranteed both because it can die and because if you just like draw this on turn 10, then you could lose the game or be so far behind by that point that you don't get the full turn cycle to attack. But theoretically, you're nearly guaranteed the one attack, which will break you even, and then they have to do something about it. Which, if you coined this out or follow it up with a good removal spell or something, then they have to use a good removal spell at a bad time in their curve to stop you from just snowballing card advantage. It kind of reminds me of an Edwin Van Cleef type card, where it's like, it's not core to my basic strategy, and there are draws that I get where it's one of the cards in my hands, but it doesn't go with my game plan and I can't really utilize it. But those prices are worth it for the games where I just have it in my opener, can go turn 2, backstab your minion, coin 6/6 and win, and have the one card win, right? Those situations are worth the sacrifice of the times that it's not good. And this card reminds me of that in that it will single-handedly win some games and it will be just a blank in others. But I think that a vast majority of the time it will be like a simple 1.5 for 1. Like it'll be very slightly profitable in 80% of the games. 10% of the games it will win outright, and 10% of the games it'll be terrible and you'll draw it at a bad time and never be able to cast it. Does that make sense? But it's the fact that it's like it's fail case, it's really terrible fail case is not that likely. And its medium fail case is that like you profit slightly. I think that makes it quite good. And then the run away with the game scenario is just great. Yeah, Goblin Rabblemaster. It's like Goblin Rabblemaster, except instead of damage to their face and going wide board presence, it's cards in hand. Shut